What's up, podcast world? I am back for another episode of the Gracie Record Podcast. 2 days in a row, coming into 2025 hot, right? Okay, today we're going to talk about this new division, this new fit model division in the NPC, because a lot of y'all have asked about it. I put my question box up on Saturday. A couple of y'all asked if I'm going to transfer from the bikini division to the fit model division. My thoughts on the division. So I was like, let me just get on and do a podcast about it. I need to share this message anyway with you. So this new fit model division in the NPC and IFBB is a more realistic look for a woman. It's more of a model, more curvy. It's almost like the Olympia model search that I did in 2025 that they held. It's pretty much like that. So the biggest, I'm so excited. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't listen to anybody else's opinion on anything outside of myself. And in this particular area, my coaches. So I know that there's probably been a lot of people. I know every time I get on to post on Instagram, somebody's come up with their post about their opinion, and this is pretty much what this is on my opinion. So if you want to take it, take it. If you don't, leave it. My biggest thing is, even within this podcast, is to give you my opinion, but I want you, and I encourage you highly, to form your own opinion and make your own decision as far as where you want to go and take your journey, your competitive journey. What a lot of people, and I was just talking to my coach Dylan, a lot of hate, right? A lot of hate is going to come to this division, and it's all haters going to hate, right? Let them hate. And so what's going to happen, and I can already see it now, is if you have competed any time, it could be last year, it could be last month, it could be 10 years ago, you used to compete in bikini, and you want to switch over to the fit model division, people are going to say stupid things like, she wasn't going to make it in the bikini division, or she's just doing this because she couldn't make it. I can make it. You can make it. If you choose to go, just let them talk. Let them talk. Just like I just did a podcast on this about just normal life things, people talking. Let them talk. Do not let that get in your head. Do not think of yourself as any less of a competitor if you do decide to switch. But know that if you do make that decision, there is going to be haters. And that is great. You want them to hate. Let them hate. That means you're doing something. And so if people were to say that to me, my response would be, you're right. You're right. I wasn't good enough. So unless you are literally Jesus or the top, I'm talking top 2, maybe 3 bikini competitors in the world, unless you were that, you don't have no business telling anybody anything. And the top 3 athletes would not say that to an amateur athlete. So just make that mental note for yourself that if somebody says anything about you switching because you must not be able to level up to be in the bikini division, they just hating, and let them hate, right? If you choose to go into that division, do it because you want to. Do it because of all the reasons outside of really even the aesthetics. You want to. So for me, to answer the question, I've been literally getting it since the day that they've announced this, is I'm going to switch. Really, I'm just going to try it. And so you can switch, you can try it, you can call it whatever you want to do. But in 2025, I'm going to compete in the fit model division. And I'm going to see what happens. That's the story of my life, right? And if I like it, good. Then I'm going to keep doing it. If I don't like it, that's okay. I go back to the bikini division. There's nothing that's going to be different on my end in any part of this journey. So I'm going to just try it, right? And so if you want to, try it. If you won't, you can try it and you don't have to switch. You can just be like, I am trying it. And you got to tell nobody a reason. You don't have to give anybody a reason that you're doing it. You can just do it for you. That's okay. And then, but I do want to say this as well. The only person that decides this and makes this decision on if you're going to try it or if you're going to switch is you. And I say that I want you to make the decision for yourself, because only you know what's best for you physically, mentally. And there's no con. It's not like it's, a completely all like different goal. So there's not a con of switching or trying. But I don't want you to want to do it. Go ask your coach, and your coach tell you no. Like, go back and listen to my podcast. Your coach is a collaborator, not a dictator. You present this idea, this desire, if that's what you want to do, to your coach. And if they don't like that desire, that idea, it's not 86. It's still your life. So make sure that you know that if they say no, that's a red flag right there, right? Your coach is a collaborator. So when I mentioned it to Dylan, he was, this, to be honest with you, is what, even going before they made this decision as far as adding this to the NPC and IFBB, this year specifically, they were really trying to talking about getting the bikini division back to where it was when it first started. I've only been competing since 2020. I was competing, quote unquote, for life. I was a competitor for life before that, meaning I reverse dieted and I prepped for life before 2020. The exact same thing that I do every single year as a competitor, I did for just normal life, which is what all my clients do. And that's it, right? So coming into the bikini division, I was already looking like the fit model division all the time for just the competition of life. And so getting that lean as I did and competing in the bikini world, that was amazing. I loved it. Like, this is literally what God put me here to do. But I also got to see how messed up the bikini world, the minds of these women are. Definitely towards their body, towards food, towards the lifestyle itself, right? That's not healthy. And so that's been a huge part of my journey as far as understanding my purpose here within this bikini world, is to show that you can have a very fit body. You can look like a athlete and a model and have abs and still be eating 3,000 calories a day and still train and do cardio and dine out with your husband and not have any type of body dysmorphia, not have any type of hate, only love towards your body. You can have that. There is that balance, right? And so coming into the bikini world in 2020, I knew I had been living this lifestyle since 2013, right? I have been coaching people in this lifestyle since 2014. I knew that I wasn't going to do one season and people were going to see that you can achieve this look and achieve this balance. I knew that it was going to take me years and years and years to just lead this bodybuilding world, bikini specifically, to a healthier way. And with my coach, who aligns completely with me and my goals, I align completely with him and his goals. I knew that we would be able to get there. We just didn't know the time, and it's not our part to know the time, right? So coming into after my last season, or my last show last season, 2023, I told Dylan, I was like, because I guess they started talking about the fuller bikini division in 2023. So I apologize. I think I said earlier 2024, but it was 2023. And I told him, I said, the next time I step on stage, this is last year, I said, I want to be at least 10 pounds heavier. And it don't all have to be muscle. I just want to see if they're going to honor what they are telling us that they want to resort back to. If they're going to honor the fuller, more beach model look. And he was like, perfect. So that was end of last season. And I take long building seasons because it takes a long time to build muscle, girls. And so it just so happened, God just throws this and put in perfect alignment with our biggest message and our biggest purpose within this bikini world or bodybuilding world. He throws in this fit model division. And this is probably one of the best moves that the NPC and IFBB could ever make, because ultimately if they would not have made that, there is only a certain amount of women in the world. And though there's a lot of them, there's a lot of women that want to compete and want to look like that, but it's still 1% of women that want to look as muscular as these athletes and bikini athletes and Olympians are at this point. And so to reverse all the evolution that has happened within the bikini division, that would have taken years, like not even years in my career time. To be honest with you, it would take pretty much as long as it took to evolve into what it is today. It would take just as long to evolve back. Meaning, if I come in 10 pounds heavier next season and in the bikini division, and every single bikini competitor is not coming in fuller to test, quote unquote, test what the judges are saying, then they're going to honor the leanest, the one that's not as fit model, right? And so for that to happen long enough that every competitor shows up on that day in the body, the fit model look that they are saying that the bikini division was trying to get back to, that would take so much time. So them putting this new division in there, it literally just cut the time down to ultimately open the door for literally every single woman in the world to step into this bodybuilding world. Because ultimately, no matter all the cons of, all the drugs and the bad coaches and all the bad things in the bodybuilding world, specifically the bikini world, if you put yourself in the right environment, it still doesn't outweigh how much good can come of this, right? So if every woman, so even for my clients, again, we compete for life. I have some bikini competitors. I have some that are going to stay in the bikini division. But every single one of my clients that compete for life, this opened a door for them to take their journey to the next level. And they're going to be on a competitive stage looking like a fit model, right? So this was a great move by the NPC and IFBB, because if they would have not made that move, ultimately bikini would have slowly, and it could have happened in a year, or it could happen in 20 years or 10 years. It would have died, because there's not a lot of people that want to do drugs. There's not a lot of people, when I say do drugs, take PEDs or take the time even. That's the big thing. Take the time to put in the amount of time and energy and effort to build that much muscle, right? So to have this division, which in 2013, whenever bikini started, I don't know, I'm not an expert, I know what I know, but when bikini started, that was a great entry into the world of bodybuilding. That was healthy, that was achievable by everybody, or every woman, sorry. And what has evolved to is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, like that's, for me, I love the look of our top Olympians. Like that's still what I'm going to look like, strive to become, and forever. So no matter what category I'm in, like there's only one goal for me, myself, is build muscle and look proportioned and balance myself out, top to bottom, left to right, up, back to front. So the only difference for me is going to be just the posing, right? And coming in a little bit thicker, which I wanted to do anyway. So this, again, opens the door for so many women who did not want to look like that. I have a lot of girls that are like, you want to look like those girls? And they can't comprehend, not only do I want to look like them, but it's the journey leading up to looking like that I like, right? So, but it's still, to some women, very not appealing. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. You cannot want that, but you got to stop a hell of a lot sooner if you start. And so I tell girls, lift heavy. You're gonna know before you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're gonna know to stop lifting that much weight. You're gonna know long before. So the same thing with this. Before you overthink it, and then definitely before you listen to everybody and their opinion, form your own opinion based on what you want ultimately. What is your goal? My goal as a bikini competitor, my goal as a coach, my goal as a leader is to lead women to a healthy place physically, mentally, emotionally, metabolically, hormonally. And if that is on a stage, perfect. If that's in your house, perfect, right? Wherever that's going to lead you, that's where you need to be. But I'm going to lead you that way, right? And so making your own decision, forming your own opinion based on your purpose. And if you do not want to, and there's gonna be a lot of girls that they're like, I don't want that. I want to be lean as hell. I want to be muscular. I want to have caps. I want to have that look of Laura Lee, of Ashley. That's what I want. Great, perfect. Stay in the bikini division. Now whenever go ask your other friends or girlfriends that don't want that, ask them to come over here into the fit model division. Y'all can work out together. You're gonna motivate them. They're gonna motivate you. You're gonna inspire. It's a win-win for everybody, as long as you let it be a win-win for everybody, right? And so people that are gonna, again, you're gonna have haters. You're gonna have people that are gonna say you are moving for a vindictive reason. If you make sure that that's not a vindictive reason, make sure you're moving for the reason of yourself and you want to. And there, then don't let nobody else, their opinion of you or your decisions, it don't matter what your decisions are if your decisions are made from the right place, right? So I'm just going through my notes. Yeah, I think that was really it. I'm really excited. I'm just really excited that that's how God, I've been doing this since 2020, so next year will be 5 years. Not patiently waiting, because you don't know what you're waiting for when you know your purpose, but I don't know the outcome I don't know how it's going to all evolve, but I know what I'm doing now, right? So I don't know if you know your purpose, like your full purpose within your life, but definitely within your competitive career. If you don't know it, I encourage you to let that be top goal number one on 2025 is figure out your purpose. But know that the words that you say and all of your actions are being watched and are being listened to. And take that. That's a lot of power that you have, especially, whether you have 1 million followers or like me, you have 2,000 followers, or like me a couple years ago, I had 100 followers. Nothing has changed. I still lead from my heart. I still lead and only tell people what I would do and what I would not do. And it makes it easy. But know that you make your decision on what you are going to do, your decisions, and this goes to every part of life. Your decisions, and as long as they are from your heart, they're from, again, not a vindictive, not a narcissistic decision, then everything that comes along with that decision is going to benefit you, whether it benefit you now or it benefit you in 5 years or 10 years. So, but there are girls out there that are listening to you, that are watching you, that are being motivated by you. And so level up, right? Level up your mind, level up your actions, level up every part of your life so that you can lead these girls they might want to, maybe they're scared to switch from the bikini division. Maybe they're scared to switch from an OCB show to an IMDb show or NPC show because of the difference in intimidation factors, which there are tremendous intimidation factor difference between an OCB and an NPC show. Not just with the competitors, with the promoters, which is sad, but it is what it is. So I've seen it a lot of times, and I love going to Summer Shred because there is no intimidation there. It's everyone's there for the same purpose, to be better than they were yesterday. Ain't nobody there worried about beating anybody specific. They're just there for the right reasons. And I feel that this, and this is kind of getting on a whole nother spiel, but I feel this was a good move for the IFBB and the NPC because I do feel it's going to allow us to grow our community to a bigger, wider group of women. And that's what is going to bring the community to a better place, to where we're back where we need to be as far as being nice, being nice and rooting for each other. And there are some competitors that are friends and they befriend you and they're cheering for you, but there's not a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. There's not a lot of them. I mean, I've only competed in 4 shows, 5 if you count the Olympia Model Search, and the Olympia Model Search was the only show that backstage felt so comfortable because everybody was there. We didn't even know what was gonna happen. We was just going up there because we was having fun, and there was no competition, really, not mentally at least, and everything was just on the stage, right? We just brought everything to the stage we could, and that's it. And that speaks a lot to me, at least. I'm not gonna do a show where there's cattiness and where there's bitchiness. You know, my last show, my Optimum show last year, which was a great show. There was pros there, and one of the pros came up to me and was like, after I got off stage for prejudging, she was like, "How'd you do?" I said, "I did great. Like, I did great. I'm so proud of myself. I just killed it." You know, I didn't know anything. I did not know at all what place I came in, obviously, with prejudging. And she was so negative, only in the fact that she was like, not towards me, but she was like, "Oh, that's good. I don't know how I did." And she was just judgmental towards other people, other girls, saying they were this and they were that. Just don't do that. Like, be excited for other people. Be excited for whatever. If you're not excited for the package you bring in, then you did something wrong in your building season, right? You didn't do something right in your prep. Let this help us bring together more women who all have the same goal. Again, whether your goal is to get super shredded or your goal is to look like a fit model, it don't matter. You all like the same thing. Ain't no judging. Nobody is worried about you, and you don't need to be worried about anybody else. Just focus on your journey, doing what you want to do, and that's it. And let this bodybuilding world be a place of encouragement and happiness and being proud, not being discouraged, right? Bodybuilding itself is just a perpetual, just constant rat race of, I have to get to this level and this level and this level and this, and I got to get to this weight. And it's just never ending. And know that, please know that, so that you can say, all right, well, and it's kind of just, I mean, it's not kind of, it is just like anxiety or your to-do list. Your to-do list is never going to stop. Not as long as you were living, and not as long as you were chasing dreams, whether it be dreams around your house or with your business or with your body. And so when you finally admit that this to-do list is never going to stop, this desire to be better is never going to stop, that lets you say, all right, well then all I can do is the best every day. And then the results are the results. So let that be what definitely this next year is. And I'm hoping that this helps just inspire you to make your decision if you want to make the switch, or if you want to just try it for a season. Know that that's okay. And know if you don't want to, that's okay too. And no matter what your coach says, I'm trying to like go back through these key points. No matter what your coach says, if they don't align with your decision, then that's a red flag, right? Don't let them tell you what to do. You are the boss of you. They can give you their input and their opinion, and you can take that into consideration at whatever level you want to, but they don't tell you what to do. And definitely don't fill your mind with things that are on social media, opinions of everybody. Form your own opinion. And, that's something that for me, and I tell clients all the time, but definitely for me as an athlete, and I remember, I'll never forget when I told Chris and Dylan, this has been probably 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, I said, and those are my coaches, I said, the only people that because I think Dylan might have asked, like my thoughts on last season, like this. So again, this is a couple years ago, like going into my second season in my like first official, like, or after my first season, before my second season, he asked just like what my thoughts are, like what I wanted to do, if I hadn't thought about shows, blah, blah, and we were just talking. And I said, the only people that I listen to is you and Chris. I don't listen to anybody else about anything, about PEDs, about shows, about divisions. I didn't even know that this was a thing until like probably it was the day that they announced it. I had a couple people asking me about it, but I didn't look into it. And to be honest with you, I still haven't looked into it any more than really what Ashley has talked about, because she's my friend and I just follow her and that's it. So, and then I talked to Dylan, but my point is don't fill your mind up. You only have so much brain space. Don't fill it up with all these different opinions before you form your own, or your opinion is going to be formed by all these different opinions. And that's not fair to you. So make your move. Make it quietly. You don't gotta tell nobody. But make it based on what you want most. And what's best for you mentally, what's best for you physically, emotionally, all the ways. And whatever outcome comes of that good decision based on you is the perfect outcome for you, right? So I'm really excited about what just being a part of this movement towards a healthier look for every woman. Very proud of this, of the NPC and the IFBB for doing this. Very excited. I don't know where it's going to lead. Obviously, nobody does, but I'm here for it, whatever it is, and let's just see how it goes. So if you have any questions, if you have any questions or concerns, or if you have anything that you want to say about your decision or anything, GracieRecord_fit on Instagram. I'd love to hear it. Love to help. I'll give you anything that I know. But yeah, just make your own opinion, make your own decisions, and just see what happens. That's pretty much your way you live life, is you just make decisions, you take chances, and you see what happens. And if it doesn't, the outcome is not what you want, you redirect, right? So, all right, let's have a great Monday. Christmas Eve is tomorrow. Great Christmas Day, and just keep going one day at a time. Talk to y'all later.